Beautiful day in this neighborhood. Beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Let's make the most of this beautiful day. Once we're together, we might as well say, could you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Yeah. I'm tired. I have a story about the drawing on my heavy bag. I'm tired, my shoulders hurt. Well, if your knees are weak, I got a few movements you can do. I'll do them right now. How do I get strong? You pick heavy things up and put them down. And then you pick heavier things up and put them down. Rinse and repeat. Hosea, what's up? Look at this, I'm already out of breath. My cardio is terrible. Yeah, well, actually, so for starters, this movement I'm doing right now, and I'll tell you exactly why. So, you want to set up a distance to where you can fully stretch your hips through. So you see the angle of the leg here. And then you want to get your knee as far over your toe as possible. So this puts a lot of torque on the knees. I'm kind of pushing through. It's a little bit of a tricky lift because it requires balance. See, I'm coming up on the ball of my foot here. So I'm stretching, which stretches all this out, your piriformis, your, what do they call it, the connection point of the hip. Help me out, babe. And then you want to get your knee over your toe. We're going to put all that torque right on the patella. I'm just going to fire it up, bam. And then as you get used to this, we can add weight. And it's easy just to hold the weight off to the side. It actually helps you balance. Now you can see I have my hip issues are on this side. So now when I switch sides, you'll see how wobbly I am. Which is not too bad. I'm going to come forward and push that hip through. Ooh. Whoa, ooh. It hits the quads hard, but it also stretches the hips out really nicely. I have horrible flexibility, but I have a good range of motion, but it's like a rubber band that needs to be warmed up. You know, like, let's say ninjas were attacking in the middle of the night, and I had to hop out of bed. I'd be screwed. I'd be like, oh, give me a second. Let me take my Celebrix, stretch out a little bit. Honey, where'd you put the biofreeze? It smells like a Ben Gay factory in here. So that's the first move. I'll do a couple sets of these and I'll move on to the next one, which is a very simple but not easy movement. We'll get a couple sets of these first. It's funny you brought that up, Ego, because that is specifically what I'm focusing on. Weak knees. So we wouldn't call them weak, we call them problematic. So for me it's pain, and that's not uncommon for people that have had surgeries or just getting older. You got a little arthritis, you know, doing what we do. Can't be an ego lifter without getting a little bit of knee pain, you know what I mean? Hosea said hi. Any isometric arm exercise tips? I wouldn't even know what to do them harder. Isometric, so what are we talking about? Like the old school, like 1920s, like pulling against each other. I guess pull harder? Well, okay, no, if I'm being real, how would you get any hypertrophy out of isometrics? You would need to hold them for a significant amount of time, and you'd have to have the mental fortitude to apply enough pressure to actually tax the muscle. So I'd imagine if you're going to do isos, you'd want to hold them for at least 30 seconds. So set a little timer. And get to holding, I guess. I'm not a big isometric guy. I mean, we do static holds. When I'm getting ready to compete here, a couple days before competition, I'm going to do what's called heavy walkouts. And that's where I'll put like 700 pounds on my back, walk it out, and then hold it for 15 seconds. That's essentially an isometric movement. It's an entire body exercise. It's the longest 15 seconds of your life. How you get that big? Spinach. I'm actually not that big. I'm only 220. All right, let's do a second sit. I've worked out heavy for, God, going on 11 years now. So ego, yeah, the big thing is getting so you want to start with the knee down, and the reason why is you want to find that stretch hip position, and then you want to get your feet under you. So this, you want to get a nice patella stretch, and then we're going to shoot up from there. We'll introduce some weight. This is only 40 pounds. Oh yeah, baby. That's all torque on the knees right there. Not the most comfortable thing in the world. Actually, once you do a few sets, everything feels pretty good. Again, we're going to get our position. Come up from there. I'm going to be able to get that ankle as close to the glutes as possible. This is good for doing all that damage we did from squatting super heavy. Bulletproof everything. Spartans, hell yeah. What does your diet consist of? It would be cat if I could catch the little fucker. I don't know. I mean, just the usual. Like last night, what do we have for dinner, babe? We had, she had a New York strip steak, mashed potatoes, and greens. I had 5 chicken breast strips, shrimp cocktail, and some french fries. T, what's up, brother? What is your squat PR? Well, that remains to be seen, Charlie. I hit 600 for a set of 5 a couple days ago. So that puts me right around 650. We'll see. My all-time squat PR is 685. It's okay to masturbate. No, so I do like a 3-to-1 protein, Gary. 3 carbs to 1 protein. So like the other day, like a simple meal would be a half a pound of hamburger meat on a big bowl of rice with some soy sauce. And that was literally my dinner. We love tacos. We'll make street tacos. We eat lots of Japanese food, sushi, ramen, udon, that kind of thing. Leg press PR, Gavin. Have no idea. I don't use the leg sled. What are you doing? UFC is on OG. Man, I ain't paying for that shit. I'll catch the fight. I'll catch the. I hope Herrera wins though. I don't ever watch the pay-per-view. I always catch it on the after YouTube rapes it and puts the videos out. We do love some tacos. If I was gonna pay for a UFC, I would definitely pay for Pereira. How much do you bench? Well, yesterday I went up to 365 with a pause, and then I dropped down and did a reverse pyramid from 335 all the way to the barbell. So if I did, it's hard to do the math on that. I would say probably about, I'm hoping to get 400 in competition on the 15th. which is a little over a week from now. I think I'll definitely be able to get 385. I'm going to live stream, I think, the competition, but I'm only going to do when we're lifting. So I'll have 3 individual live streams. This is the stuff I do on my day off to kind of, because I'm 50 and I'm pretty beat up. So I'll do light stuff with a compromised range of motion to help bulletproof the joints. So they're streaming. Pereira's streaming. It's not pay-per-view. Is it okay to use the icy hot that they give horses before a deadlift? I don't know. I don't know what that'd do for you. What's up, Bob? Haven't seen you in a while. I don't know. I'm never the one. I can't really sit and watch TV. If I do, I'll fall asleep. All right, Ego, are you still with me? This next one's going to look really stupid, right? But it puts a lot of torque on the knees. So, simply put, all we're going to do is we're going to lean back and put as much weight on the knees as we can. Go back as far as you can, and then come up. If you can't get your feet flat, you can you can use like one of these. Same principle. And that's also a really good way to mitigate knee pain. If you guys have pain where your kneecap is, doing those will help get rid of it. Tendonitis, that kind of thing. So just go back as far as you can, even if it's just a couple inches. You know what I mean? It's start small, little. Just get a couple of inches, and then, if you do a few, see if you get a little more comfortable, see if you can go back a little bit farther. It's like a sissy squat, but it's a little bit easier. Did you do McMap? Yeah, they when I first went in the service, we had line training. They introduced McMap. I want to say 98, 99. I want to see your camel toe. That's going to cost you, Neptune. Show me the money. Yeah. All right, let's do another set. So you can use that, or if you have you can put your feet under you like this and do them this way. That's a little hard on the feet, though. Let's see, I'm lifting with the legs and not leaning forward, or trying to. It's a little easier if you sit into it. Like that, if you're a beginner, you can sit into it. This just puts more weight on it. It doesn't look like much, but these are tough, man. I've had 2 knee surgeries, and my knee used to pop out of its joint even after the surgery. So doing stuff like that helped tighten everything up. What's up, Georgie? They need you to make an Avenger. Just as long as it's not Captain America. Jesus. They're really pissed on his grave. Yeah. Ian, what's up? Georgie, it's nice to, well, chat with you. How you doing? Jesse, what's going on? How's it going? Everything hurts. You know, tomorrow's my last competition day. You'll get to meet my teammate, Tori Rich. He's coming in from, I want to say, New Hampshire or Vermont. He used to be on our team here in Vegas. He's going to be competing. Him and I are going to train tomorrow. He has to do squats. I have to do deadlifts. In your day, did military operations of urban terrain exist? Mount, yeah. So when we did when the 11th Marine Expeditionary Unit got special operations capable, you know, MUSOC, they had part of that was doing mount training. We had to do trap missions, mount training. Now it wasn't as intensive as what the guys today are doing, because that evolved over time. Do you do any grappling? Not currently. I used to do a lot of grappling, but now I just do striking, Muay Thai, kickboxing. What's wrong with Captain America? Well, first of all, he's not Captain America anymore. So what's your highest bench? All time? 425, and I almost hit 500 with a slingshot. I was super close. And that's how I blew my shoulder out. I won't ever do that again. 100% I want you to bring back the Warhammer vids. Oh, I'm going to do that. So this week off, I was talking to my wife. What she's going to do is she's going to join me in the garage, and she'll read the comments while I paint. I got to clean my workbench up and kind of set it up so I can set the camera up so you guys can see what I'm doing. And we're going to start doing that again. De-wrestle. Just with my wife. Jatavius, I got a question. How's it possible for me to deadlift 315 and only squat 190 and I'm a freshman? That's actually not unusual. That's about right. Most people deadlift more than they squat. You mentioned your legs won't grow no more. Oh, I don't know. I'm just not, I don't focus on them. I don't care if they grow. I care if they get stronger. Like, YouTube cares about my legs more than I do. Like, I'm sure that if I busted out my, what do you call that, the hammer curl and whatever that machine is where you isolate your quads, and I started doing sissy squats, and I did close stance, you know, barbell squatting, and I started doing the leg press. I'm sure I could blow my quads up, but I don't care about anything that doesn't make my squat higher. Like, I'm not a bodybuilder. I don't give a shit. I don't, honestly, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with my quads. I think they're proportionate to the rest of my body. Yeah, I mean, it's pre-workout Coke, yay or nay. If you can get the good stuff, go for it. Yeah, it's like I don't do posing. It's like I don't. What is my dream car? 68 GT 350. I don't want the GT 500. I want the 350. I like the new GT 350s too. Those are pretty bitchin'. I got a 98, 98. I got an 09 Mustang GT. No, I don't smoke. I know it's a rolling paper company, but I gave up all that stuff long time ago. I don't do any mind-altering substances. But if like dream car, I also like the '67 Corvette with the 427. I like an AC Cobra with the 454. I like muscle cars, like, but not the really big ones like the Roadrunners. I like the smaller ones, kind of like the pony cars, you know, like the early Camaros and Mustangs. Uh, Corvettes are bitching. Will lifting help me lose weight? I don't know, Eric. What do you think? No, but yeah, it should if you're doing it right. Are they on March break yet? The kids? No. Hey, babe, are the kids? When does their break start? Can you tell a story about your kids? Probably. I knocked you before. I'm not sure what that means, Rob. Are you on TRT? Yes. Would you ever get a Harley? No. Well, yes, I would get a Harley. I like the I like Buells, and I like the what is that one that's got like 135 horsepower? It's not a. It looks sort of like a sporty. Had sex with a sports bike. What do they call those damn things? But no, I'm more like if I like Indians and Triumphs. But I also like some of the Japanese bikes, like like a Shadow or a. Who's your pick for March Madness? I don't follow college basketball. What age do you start TRT? 46. Do you recommend? 100%. The chat's always all over. I knocked you out before in school. I doubt it. Very little chance of that, Rob. I probably would have bit your nuts off. I was a pretty dirty fighter back in the day. Yes. Are you friends of Bill? Yes. Yes, I am, Backyard. Did you have a Kawasaki back in the day? No, I had a Honda CRB. And dude, I had a Honda what is that little thing? It was a little 250, a little tiny bike. Honda. It was a little street bike. It was a 250. What was the name of that thing? I love that little bike. Benching 225 for 5 times good. 6'1", 220. Well, it's hard to say, Jay. I mean, like, how long have you been training for? You know, what's good? The way I look at it, it doesn't matter how much you bench or how much you lift. Is your training progressing? Are you making progress? If you're not, then your bench sucks. If you are, then keep doing what you're doing and have some patience. Trust the process, bring a little intensity, try to find out how you can improve your technique, maybe add some tempo, that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, guys get hung up on numbers. Like, hey, what's good for my age? You know, it's like when I first started powerlifting, I could hardly bench 135 pounds, and it took me 6 months to get to 225, and it took me a year to get to 315, and then it took me another like 3 years to get to 350. And that was natural. You're struggling getting Suboxone. Actually, I have a joke for that, but I don't know if that's appropriate. Shoulders are looking peeled. Thank you. Appreciate that. Do you ever get into Olympic lifting? Yes. I actually really, really like Olympic lifting. It's of the lifting sports, it's my favorite. And I do perform them, but not very proficiently. Just weak-minded, don't know how to strengthen that. Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, discipline beats motivation any day of the week. You know, 9 times out of 10, it's just forcing yourself to do something you don't want to do. But, you know, as far as like, how long have you, Jay, how long have you been training for? You know, let's start with that. Like, how long have you been working out? Because I would say, you know, if you're 6'1" and you weigh about what you bench, that's good. You can bench your body weight. That's a really good start. I mean, it puts you in, like, I would say the top 5 percentile strength of men on the planet. All right, let's do some more exercising. So every time I squat heavy, I do a physical therapy lifting day, and it's to mitigate all the damage I did when I went heavy. This is a really good calf exercise because you're using your entire body weight and you're just pushing up under the balls of your feet, which is all calves. However, this is more for ankle mobility. I'm kind of rolling my ankles. Ooh, feel the burn. Ooh. Feel the burn, baby. I've been playing sports my whole life. I'm just not progressing in strength. There's a saying, you can't serve two masters at the same time. For example, I'm training to compete powerlifting, 15th. I'm the strongest I've ever been in my life. I can lift more weight now than I've ever lifted in my entire life. But I also train Muay Thai. My cardio is terrible because I'm focusing on heavy weights. So I can hardly breathe. I can't go 2 rounds. So I'm doing enough training so I don't lose my mobility. When I go back after I'm done powerlifting, I'm going to go train Muay Thai. And here's what's going to happen. I'll start doing heavy cardio sessions. I'm probably going to lose a little bit of top end strength. So that's powerlifting. Which one do you want to focus on? You can't do both. Now I think you can still lift heavy and do combat sports, but you're never going to be at your peak, like your absolute best. Just because you can't do it. Am I natural? I'm about as natural as a Nature Valley granola bar. What are your pronouns? I like to call myself a tack helicopter. Let's see, I was not going anything first, but I realized I wasn't eating though. If I had a pronoun, it'd be shmee or your mom. I identify as your mom. You hitting the bag tonight? Yeah, I'm planning on it. Maj Ned. Gym tour. There's my bag. There's my little speed bag. There's my other bag. That's the floor. This is my cell phone. Tonight on Inside the Lives of the Rich and Fabulous, we'll be doing the garage of a commercial construction professional. He's been working commercial construction for the last 26 years, and we will visit all. Right outside the gate here, got some chickens. See, they got the scratch on the dirt. It's real fun. Got the kiddie pool over there, but the dogs mostly drink out of it. Can you please give me $200? Can you give me $200? You like hunting? Hell yeah, I like hunting. Your tip is hanging out. It always does. Did you get a chance to shoot an AK on deployment? No, but I have a Wasser, and I've fired AKs plenty of times, enough to not be impressed by them. I need it, please. Hey, man, I hear you. I hear you talking, brother. Yeah, yeah. He needs it. Go panhandle somewhere else. You're in the wrong neighborhood, son. You like iron sights? Oh, I love iron sights. Hell yeah. I'm a big fan of reflex though for most of the range we shoot, except for I got long rifles. We got the hunting scopes. So not AI is a bot. Let's watch the spammer mods just in case. Bro, I can barely walk today. That's what your mom told me last night. But too bad. Go get a job. 200. Yeah, I was up on Las Vegas Boulevard and what is that? Fremont Street. It's a lot of bums up in the area, and we're doing construction up there. And this homeless guy comes in. He's like, "Hey man, you got any money?" And I was like, "Bro, I was just gonna ask you that." He looks at me and I'm like, "I'm broke. Can you hook me up? What do you got? You got a cigarette?" He's just like, he walks away. And I'm like, "What? Where you going, man?" West Hollywood. Favorite shotgun. So I'm a big Benelli fan. My wife's got a Nova, Supernova. Obviously, the Marine Corps weapon of choice, the Benelli M4. However, my favorite is a relatively cheap Rock Island VR60. It is an AR-12 style shotgun, and it shoots. I have a 19-round magazine for it, and it's a hoot. I just love it. It's not super expensive. I put reflex sights on it. I could shoot slugs 200 yards with it. 200 with a shotgun. And it fires everything I put into it so far. I haven't had one single jam. I've had a couple of misfires, but that was, I think, target ammunition. It was old Winchester shells that we had laying around. I've put over 1,000 shells through it, and I've had not one single jam, no matter if it's the 2.5 inch, 3 inch. It even shoots those little shorties, those little self-protection loads that you can, if you got a tube that'll hold 7, you can put like 10 in there. Remington makes a very fine weapon. Hey, babe, speaking of which, when is your mom opening up the Uncle Rob's safe? Why is she holding out on us? Remington makes a very fine shotgun, and we're supposed to be getting a lever action. Ruger Security 9. You ever fire an elephant gun? Yes. My buddy has a, what is it, the 357 H&H, big old hog of a round. And that thing, man, whew, that'll make a jackrabbit slap a bear. I tell you what, my wife is really, 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 really handy with a 30-30 lever action. She's got a Marlin, and I bought it. We bought it. I got it for her as a gift, and we put a little 4-inch steel target about 100 meters down range, iron sights, and I was shooting at it. Pew! And I'm listening for it. I'm not hearing the ping, and I'm thinking, well, it's a small target. Maybe it's just glazing off. And I'm like, I can't. What the hell? Am I hitting this thing? She takes the rifle and bink, 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 and I'm like, okay. I'm waiting on some MFS mom going through some safe shit so I can finally get the title for the 4-wheeler. Yeah, so unfortunately Christina's uncle passed away, and he has a bunch of weapons, and her mother is kind of, I'm not gonna say anything disparaging, but we had first dibs, and there's a M1 Garand chambered in 308, manufactured by the Olin Corporation, that I want to get my hands on very badly. There's a Remington lever action, and there's a Sharps carbine chambered in 4570 that I don't think I would shoot, but it's a collector's item that I really would like too. He was shooting blanks like Alec Baldwin. Do you do calisthenics? Yeah. You work out at Gold's Gym? No. Goku shirt. Thanks, gang. Old guns are the best. Yeah, I'm a big fan of revolvers, too. Have you shot an M14? Oh, yeah. Many times. As a matter of fact, I used to have an M1. You're a good girl. I try to be. Rich, I'd have been your daddy, but the dog beat me over the fence. I probably shit bigger than you. I was constipated the other day and I took a dump and it probably weighed more than you did. TRT, more than that, Tom. Or those Garands are insanely expensive these days. Yeah, and this one's in really good condition. It fires nice too. Are you natural? I'm about as natural as a Nature Valley granola bar. Well, I already used that one. Let me think of a different one. Let's see. I'm about as natural as the Lunchable? No, that's not a good one. I have to think on it. I gotta think of a different analogy. Yeah, The Rock. Yeah, I'm as not. Well, I mean, I don't use that much. Would have been your daddy, but your mommy beat me to it. Would have been better. What about the honey badger? Honey badger don't care. I do recall enacting a. If you're going to troll on my channel, there's 3 conditions, and the first one is you can't be lame. So, dad jokes are just not gonna cut it, boys. And let's see. But I can see you're trying, Rich, so I appreciate that. JS join, what the fuck are they talking about badgers? What do you do? You don't remember the honey badger? This is the honey badger. Oh my god, he doesn't give a shit. You remind me of a bodybuilder version of Grandpa, Little Miss Sunshine. Ouch. Damn. Where are you from? I'm from Illinois, Chicago. That was natural as my bathroom cabinet. How big is it? Big enough. I did not have a good experience with the one damn thing blew up in my hands. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Grandpa. Yeah, right? That's harsh, dude. That is harsh. That's just mean. You hurt my feeling. Alright. Alright, let's get on with it. I know you fuckers don't care, but I'm pushing the hips through. I'm going to stretch that iliac crest out real good. And I'm going to try to get my knees over my toes as much as possible, keeping my feet flat. This is going to help work with ankle mobility. I'm going to open up the hips. You know what to do. Yeah, Ian's joining the Navy. He's going to learn the hard way. Thanks, Eric. Better be stretcher for me, Pookie. I was doing deadlifts today and it really caused a pain in my elbow. Need to work on my form. If it's causing pain in your elbow, you're doing deadlifts. Are you keeping your arms locked out? You gotta be really, really careful. I was just trying to say, God, we're 50. I've seen people younger than him less shredded. Yeah, shredded's the easy part. It's flexibility that's difficult. Is this queer? It's only gay if your dick's such, Wayne. Do you smoke fat woods or just wear the shirt? Just wear the shirt. My wife likes to partake. I've been sober since like 2013. You know, the elbow pain ruined my workout. Tell me you're gonna die by 60 without telling me. Thank you, the poopy detective. I really appreciate you putting that on me. I appreciate it. Just come on someone's page and be like, hey, fucker, you're gonna die. Thank you. You know, it's probably funny. I'm probably like 1,000,000 times healthier than the pookie. You know what I mean? Like, I actually know my health markers. I monitor my blood pressure. I take up like all my vitamins. I train every day. Like, I'm in really good shape. And this guy probably hasn't seen his dick in like 5 years. He's going to come on someone's page and be like, you're going to die. You're not healthy. As you're tossing back beers with Cheetos all over your fucking fat ass stomach. Okay. Duly noted. And the poop detective. Man, what'd I do to piss in your chili? No, that's all good. We're all just having fun here. How did Pinocchio realize he was made of wood? His right hand caught fire. What am I supposed to learn the hard way? How men act with each other. Yeah, I mean, are you sheltered? Like, are you locked in your basement? Blink if you're in trouble, son. Because nobody can be that naive without having a mental deficiency. Like, either having, like, Asperger's or maybe autistic. I don't know. Which is fine. If you're autistic, that's totally cool. I have good friends that are autistic, but you don't get social cues at all. It makes me worry about you. Thank you, Jonathan. I thought Ian was chill like that. What happened? Ian's cool. It's just I gotta put my dad hat on. RVD. I have 47 chromosomes more than all of you. I win. Amen to that. All right, where was I? I got that stretch out of the way. feel the knees pop. I hate every one of these exercises with a passion. You should buy a massage gun. I've got one. You don't know how strong my wife's hands are. This gun ain't got shit on her. I have an expensive one too. The massage therapist, though, you can't even deny how good they are. No, I have a massage gun. I'll show you guys. Let's see here. I take it on the road with me. Where is that piece of shit? Yeah, this is a pretty pricey one too. Makes a good sex toy. So I could dig in there with this, but no, my wife, her deep tissue massage, this thing doesn't hold a candlestick to like her being able to get in there, and her knowledge of the anatomy. Like if you have a good board certified massage therapist, my wife used to work on the Cirque du Soleil people. Like unfortunately this is cool. You definitely want one of these. You ever just like want to go up to somebody like and just like turn it on and just like walk up to them and just hit them in the head with it? Oh. Ow, what'd you do that for? Yeah, you call it the Reminator. The Proctology 9000. I want to order this massage gun off of Amazon. Oh, what's it called? It's the Ass Blaster 2000. You can use it to chip sidewalks. All right. Yeah, Sawzall. Hell yeah. Put a tennis ball in the end of it. Just be careful what you affix in the inside of the tennis ball. Don't use a blade. I don't have a Sawzall. I have one of the old school plug-in Porter cable tiger saws. You remember those? And then I got a roto hammer. That thing would probably tune you up. Did you keep up with DB drama? No, I did not. The Nightmare. What's up? Rim Reaper 2.0. Rim Ripper. Ooh, ouch. Yeah. You ever had a proctology exam? According to this, yes. No. No, but these things, these are handy. They are good to have for sure. Especially if like you're at a competition by yourself, you know, and you're alone in the bathroom. I mean, you know, you're hurting. Buffalo to trouble. Yeah. And I keep it in the bag with all my other sex toys. Physical therapy tools. Boy, if I ever run for Congress, I'm going to have a lot of explaining to do. I dropped the soap in prison one time. Yeah. It's pretty, I don't know, it's pretty bad if you're dropping the soap on yourself, though. Korean, what's up? OG Boo Dirty. You know, I'll be honest with you, I didn't even realize Pereira was fighting. It said 10 p.m. and that's Eastern time, and it didn't even occur to me. What does dropping soap mean? Show us the collection. I don't have that much time. Okay. I've got a couple of more stretches to do, and then we're going to switch into some physical therapy upper body movements that are going to really help, because, you know, training for powerlifting, repetitive motion stress, benching heavy all the time, shoulders are hurting, especially when I'm sleeping at night. You know, sleep with your arms above you if you can, but sometimes you'll just get pains in your shoulders, so I'm going to show you some movements that'll help mitigate that. But first, dance, magic dance. We are not done yet. Oh, you know, I don't have my camera centered very well, huh? I should do that first. Beast, man. I need more hair. The high risk, high reward. It's high risk, no reward. Just curious of those watching him work out. What do you think? You only gain 15% better than you currently are on steroids. Yeah, that's about right. So what we did is we aggregated we went on powerliftingwatch.com, and it's got all the records for tested and untested, all divisions going back to like the 60s, 70s. And we took 100 lifters from 4 different weight classes. I want to say it was 242, 220, 198, 186, or whatever it is. Both tested and untested, and we ran a bell curve, and we got rid of the outliers. So the bell curve, that's where, you know, most the average lifter is going to be in the curve, and then you have your elite on this end and your non-responders at this end, and then you have your genetic freaks like your Chris Duffins or your John Hacks or Ed Cones, people that are just so far above the normal that they're considered outliers. So you throw the outliers away, and then you compare the two bell curves, and what we found was steroids across the board, the numbers increased between 10 and 15%, depending on weight class. And you know, it's not perfect. There's people that compete tested that are natural, or that are on steroids, and there's people that compete untested that are natural. I competed in the untested division for many years as a natural because that's the competitions they had in Vegas. It was either compete in those or don't compete at all, unless you had to go out of state. The point, I think what he's suggesting is, even if you go on a ton of anabolics, depending on what, you know, you're going to be about 15% better than you are right now. And how good you get is going to depend upon your level of training and your commitment. Now, that being said, 15% is a lot. It is a lot. If you're an elite level lifter, adding 15% to your total is a ton. It is not a trivial amount. If anybody's asking, if Chris, if you really want to know, I currently take dihydroboldenone. Sometimes steroids can cause irreparable damage to your body, and your natural levels will likely never recover, meaning you'll have to take TRT afterwards. Yeah, so there's a lot, depending on genetics and how old you are, you can sometimes restart your natural production of testosterone, but you have a good chance to make permanent physical changes to yourself that are irreversible. It's like we always say, you can turn a cucumber into a pickle, but you can't turn a pickle back into a cucumber, if that makes sense. Does test make your heart race? No, not at all. If you look at like the whole reason that they suggest TRT as a therapy to begin with is because of the negative or the potential adverse side effects of having low testosterone, especially the chronic issues. It can cause cardiovascular issues, it can cause depression, erectile dysfunction. There's a whole litany of things. It's Alzheimer's is a big one. There's a link to low testosterone and Alzheimer's. So now there's a lot of the arguments that people make is like, well, testosterone can increase cancer. It's like, no, it doesn't increase cancer. What it does is if you have cancer in your body, it'll increase the rate at which the cells reproduce. But you got to look at the risk to reward. It's like you said, risk reward. Write down all the potential negative stuff and all the potential good stuff. And is it worth the risk to you? For me, I was 46 years old, 100% natural. I lost kind of my zest for life. I didn't really want to train anymore. I was losing interest sexually. I had no libido. I had no motivation. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. I went on testosterone, and man, I felt like a 20-year-old. To me, I would never, I don't regret for a second any of the decisions I've made. And here's what I'm going to tell you. Ever since I've gone on PEDs, I'm paying so much more close attention to my health markers. Before, I wasn't even monitoring them. I didn't know I was pre-hypertensive. I didn't know I was pre-diabetic. I had no idea anything. I was just lifting weights. Now I'm getting my blood work done every 6 months. It's like I'm monitoring my heart rate. Every morning if I'm over like 120 over 70, I'm looking at like, oh, what's going on? You know what I mean? It's like I have doctors involved. I have trainers involved. It's like people come on here and they're like, oh, you're going to shorten your lifespan. It's like, okay, what if I lived to 90 and I had fucking dementia for 10, 15 years? Yeah, great. It'd probably be awesome. Who wouldn't care, right? Just be pooping yourself. I'd be like Joe Biden, like, I pooped myself. Let's see where we're at. Mac Perry, that might be a placebo, try enhancing your confidence. But there again, I mean, nothing's risk free. And then, the other thing I always leverage to people is like, okay, do you not take any medication at all? Like, do you take Tylenol regularly? Do you take Motrin regularly? Are you taking a bunch of over-the-counter stuff? Do you have any doctor prescriptions? Are you on blood pressure medication? Like, have you completely written off Western medicine? You just don't like that treatment. Why? Well, because he looks good. Well, fucking get on and get after it. Don't talk about it, be about it. Anxiety, I suffer from clinical depression and anxiety, and I actually see a therapist for it. Pretty sure TRT makes you extremely paranoid. I have not experienced that. I don't know what compounds you guys are messing around with. But what is testosterone replacement therapy? A doctor, if you're taking actual TRT and not a cycle of steroids, a doctor is going to put you on an amount that is equal to a normal human male. Not a super. If you're on any more than what a doctor prescribes, you're on a cycle of steroids, even if it's a tiny little bit. Now that being said, how much shit are you taking if you're getting paranoid, and what are you taking? Because I've never experienced that at all. That is completely anecdotal. Now, am I saying it can't happen? I don't know. I mean, I know a couple of guys that take Tren, and they're fucking assholes. Like, I can't stand them on that shit. What's up, Mount Gray? Well, you can use the clinic I use, Prolific Devil. It's called Helix HRT. You can get online right now and check them out. You can sign up, and they'll arrange to get your blood work done. Let's see here. Do you know Kelly Matthews? No. Sounds familiar, but no. Ever take Clomid? No. I'll be on some form of HRT for the rest of my life, probably. So I'm 50. Like, my body stopped producing testosterone naturally. Like, what am I going to go in a post-cycle therapy for? 35-year-old woman with GH deficiency from a pit tumor. I'm building my body back up and have had treatment since October. My wife is on HRT as well. The people telling you you'll shorten your lifespan are probably eating McDonald's and Taco Bell frequently, right? My weakness is ice cream. I accidentally ate a third Flintstone gummy. Am I going to get jacked? Yeah, absolutely. That's Jay Cutler's secret. Tren makes people very mean, and it's actually dangerous. Yeah, dude. I mean, well, here's the thing. You think about it. They've found no medical use for Tren at all, so that means no pharmacy makes it. Anadrol, Anavar, the Mastrone had something to do with breast cancer. Anavar and Anadrol were both prescribed for people that are bedridden, so they don't lose muscle mass. As an example. So there's actually clinical uses for a lot of the drugs. What was Clomid for? That was that birth control originally? I don't remember. Gray will be praying for you. Yeah, 100%. But if it sounds like is the treatment working for you? Yeah, after when you wake up tomorrow, you're going to be 20% bigger than Ronnie Coleman. Yeah, right. They say there's safeties in numbers. Tell that to 6 minutes. Oh, Lord have mercy. Your voice was stupid deep. That's crazy. That's cool. Oh yeah, the one of the guys I work with, younger than me, is in his 40s, 42, 43, and he was having a vein issues. His veins are collapsing in his legs, and he had to go get surgery to have them removed. And then he told me what his stack was. It was like he was taking yearly 500 a test a week, and then 3 to 400 of trend, and that's like his normal. Like that's his cruising. And I was looking at him like, are you fucking insane? And this guy would just get so upset over the dumbest shit. He was always just losing his composure, and I was just looking at him like, man, always talking about how his girlfriends are leaving him, and like, I wonder why. I've been trying to bulk, but I can't seem to get above 163 pounds. However, I'm currently making great gains and leaning out instead of gaining weight. Any advice? I should just keep on this track? Yes, 100% keep on that track, but double your caloric intake. Like, double it. Seriously, you got to start eating, bro. Like, you need to make eating part of your training. Like, that's how serious. Like, if you're a hard gainer, every hard gainer I know says, I'm eating as much as I can. Like, bro, you're not eating enough. You aren't. You can't break the laws of thermodynamics. And I think what we're doing is the first law, which is the conservation of energy. In and out. You got to calories in, calories out. Got to get them in, man. It sucks. Eating's a chore. What did the blind, deaf, orphan child get for Christmas? Cancer. All right. You got it. That's a good one. Would you like to be young again? KRI. I feel like I got robbed of like a decade or two because of drugs and alcohol. And here I am at 50. I feel like a 20-year-old. I want to do all this shit that that young guys are doing. And I think I'm burning the candle at both ends. But at the same time, the only way I would want to be young again is if I could go back with my current life experiences. Otherwise, no. Are you natty? Hell no. Let's see. It's like Tren is a horrible substance. Yes. So I'm not advocating the use of steroids, but I will say that DHB, dihydroboldenone, has a lot of the benefits similar to Tren, maybe not as potent, without any of the side effects whatsoever. That's why it's good for older guys. It's good for cruising. I've been on it for, I would say 6, going on 7 or 8 months now, and I don't have acne. I mean, I'll get a pimple here and there, but nothing like that could be from working on a construction site. I don't break out. I don't have the, I don't have any of the side effects that they report to have with all this other stuff. How do I stay bricked? Just gotta keep after it, man. Thank you. I'm gonna call you Knight. I appreciate that. I'm competing to break national records on the 15th. Right now I'm ranked number 1, 50 years old, 220 weight class, raw, untested division in the IPL, the International Powerlifting League. But I'm actually ranked number 1 in the world, all federations, tested or untested, for my weight and age. I think for all 8 weight classes, I was, and this is for masters lifters over the age of 40. I think I was ranked 13 currently. Now, ranking's not the same as records. The ranking is current lifters, who's lifting currently. My show. I don't know what you mean. What is my show called? Gen X Power, the world's strongest Marine. Just got here. What are we talking about? We're talking about a bunch of stuff, but they're specifically asking me about the steroids I take, which is not what my channel is about, but I will be open and honest about it. You're talking about Ian, yeah. I'm going for my pro card in 19 weeks. Well, keep us posted. All right. Let me run to the bathroom here real quick, and then I'm going to get on this calisthenics here. All right, so Ian, this is for you specifically. The reason I was giving you the squinty eye, I don't like calling friends out on. When you say pro card, what are you talking about? Are you talking about your IFBB pro card? Like International Bodybuilding Federation Pro? You're getting 19 weeks, you're going for your pro card? Have you won any competitions? Have you placed in any amateurs? Have you like done any? I'm just asking, like, because getting a pro card is kind of difficult. I haven't seen you lean yet. I've seen you bulked up, but I haven't seen you lean. So, and I'm not a bodybuilder, so I mean, I'm not the last one, but oh, okay, different federation. So it's not IFBB. I gotcha. Okay. Because I was gonna say, man. I mean, I don't want to like shit all over your. I don't want to piss in your chili. But getting an IFBB card, like I'm pretty fucking yoked, and if I competed in a masters competition, I would probably do fairly well with a little bit of training to bring up my weak areas. And I don't think I could get a pro card. Gotcha. Okay, I gotcha. So I thought you were talking about IFBB, and I was like, nah, I don't know. I mean, I'm pulling for you. I think you could do it. You know what I mean? I'm the guy in your corner. I just don't want you to have delusions of grandeur. You know what I mean? So, admittedly, this next stretch does look kind of gay. It's probably what you'd see a stripper doing. But we want to get the hips stretched as far as we can. And then we're going to sit back into it like we're pole dancing. Then we're going to come forward and going to rotate all the way through the hips. Now, if you have an impingement at all, this is going to tell you. We're going to do like 5 of these. Go slow. Try to sit in it as much as you can. And then we're going to kick. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Now, why am I doing these? It's so I can kick higher. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Do something similar. You're going to hold this in a 90 degree and this in a 90 degree. You're going to stretch over it. And you want to roll that stretch over it. You center it a little better. All right. Getting funky. I should have some disco music when I do that. Boo, 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 boo. You wish, Mark. The frog is a yoga pose. Oh, thank you, Christine. I forgot my cat cows. Very important. Man, my cardio sucks. You like my boxers? Oh, Mark, you seem to be fixated on a certain body part. Anything you want to tell us? Maybe I can help you out. I know some people. My lovely wife, Christina, is my managing moderator. She's in the chat right now. But we know people. I can help you. I can hook you up with somebody. Well, I've noticed Mark's made a few comments. And, looking's free, but touching will cost you, buddy. Am I? Am I putting it out there? Where's your head at? Am I really putting it out there? You can go to any gym in the United States right now. Powerlifting, Muay Thai, karate, whatever. And it's pretty much what everybody's wearing. But maybe you're putting it out there, which is cool. We love everybody here. You ever seen Muay Thai shorts, like what we train in, like the actual sport of Muay Thai? They're shorter than these are, and then like nobody's ever walked to it, like we're training, hitting the bag, and someone will walk up and be like, "Wow, I really like your package." Okay, thank you. Fruit Loop. Hey man, whatever whatever flips your biscuits, you know what I'm saying? We don't judge here. This is a judgment-free zone. Wait till you guys see the singlet I wear when I compete. That thing's fucking sexy. This is a little slip bag that I have for boxing. It's about head height. And every time I walk by, just whenever I'm walking by, I'll just try to slap it. Yeah, it's just like, just a, you know, like when the Marines, whenever you had to go to the bathroom, you had to do pull-ups. We'll just like start like turning off light switches with your feet, or just kicking random stuff, and it'll help with flexibility. Just one of those little things I do. It's just like if I'm walking out of the garage, I kick that thing. He wears shorts. You guys ever use Nair? Holy shit. I imagine that would burn your tenders off. All right. We got a, oh, I can't do this yet. I got to do my upper body stuff. So, you ever heard, you get guys in their 50s and they're in the gym, right? You were doing your bench press, and a guy like me will come up and say, man, I used to bench like 400 pounds back in the day. Well, I can't anymore. My shoulder's blown out. I'm like, oh, you used to bench 500 pounds, huh? Okay. Cool story, Grandpa. Well, guess what, motherfucker? I still do. My paralip bar, so what I like to do is I like to get a really deep stretch of the shoulders. And you can do like push-ups. If you get like a box, put your feet up on them. What you're doing here, you're doing a push into, gotta get centered a little better. This also works the core out really good. Ooh. Do a few sets of those. Yeah. You don't, Mark. You don't. Are you talking about the drawing on the bag? I had to do about head height. It says, take off a yahoser. And then it says, I'm natty a. What throws people off is a little flower I added to his hair. I wrote gyno. The only natural lifter I know with gynecomastia. But I forgot I did that. So he'll come on still and see that, and he gets so mad. And I did it like 2 years ago. It was a joke. Yeah. I think the Diddy jokes have run their course. They're just not funny anymore, you know? It's like, what do you say? Yeah, it is possible to get gyno naturally. 100%. And my heart goes out to anybody that has that condition, you get surgery can help, but it is a little suspect when you see like a guy that's like screaming at steroid lifters and always just getting really, really angry and just going on people's streams and like screaming, I can benchmark you. And I'm like, oh, okay, dude. I'm not competing with you, but cool story. And he makes all these videos just railing on people that aren't natural. And yet he has gyno. Like, I don't have gyno. He does have a beautiful head of hair, though. No, it's just like the Diddy thing. It was funny for like a month, but now it's like, he pretends to beat up trans people. How old are you? I am 50, or Fiddy. Fiddy, Fiddy. President Diddler. Yes, I some. Usually I try to come back with something funny when somebody says something, but I'm like, I don't know. It's always like a lube joke or something. Mama of Mr. Popeye. That's a good name. Thank you. Hassan, what's up? Let's see, we go to your channel here. Let's check you out. All right. Mark Perry, I'm subscribing to your channel. Mama of Mr. Popeye. Aw, a little chihuahua. Wearing a hoodie. That's awesome. You now have 31 subscribers, Mama of Mr. Popeye. We'll make some new stuff. You got 1,200 subscribers. I'm always eating crayons. I do weightlifting. I only do calisthenics as accessories. Christina, don't sell yourself short. I know you've been hemmed up because you've had surgery, so you're not looking the way you normally do or the way you'd like to, but you could very easily be a bodybuilder. She has awesome genetics. She gets shredded AF. She was a model. What she saw in me when we got together 13, 14 years ago, I have no idea. I definitely swung for the fence and how many Marines does it take to dig a trench? How many Marines does it take to dig a trench, Mr. Ironic? Christina was my training partner for a long time. About 30. As important as this stuff is, I don't like it. Like burpees, mountain climbers, the parallel bar workout. It's good though. It's for balance. It really bulletproofs your joints. It's great to mitigate repetitive motion stress from benching heavy or lifting in a single plane of motion consistently, as like we powerlifters do. You get a lot of compression issues. You get just tons of stuff. So doing this stuff, of course, it's super important. You have to, but I hate doing it. It sucks. You know why? Because it's actually hard. Lifting heavy, it does take a maximum effort, to quote Deadpool, but it's focused on, like, I don't know, it's hard to describe. It's not difficult. Like if you say deadlift your maximum weight that you can deadlift, or do 100 burpees, it's no brainer. We go up there and pick this weight up and put it down, and I'm done. And nobody brags about doing 100 burpees. You brag about doing 3 times your body weight on the deadlift. Oh yeah, I did 100 burpees. Oh, did you? How many push-ups can you do? I don't fucking know. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Have you ever tried boxing? You got check my content out. That's I literally have like 3 heavy bags in this video. Like, I don't know. No, that doesn't mean I'm any good at it. Yeah. They used to call me the world's strongest punching bag. Like, goddamn, that boy can't fight for shit, but he can sure take a punch. Can you share any wisdom about diet? I don't track macros. I do, however, keep an eye on the calories that I intake because, see, here's the thing. This is where it's not fair for me to comment on diet because I'm obviously pretty shredded. I'm probably like 11-12% body fat right now. And I walk around like that. You know, how do you get that shredded? That's impossible. You can't be that lean. Well, I've been the same weight class for 10 years. I've literally been either 198 or 220 for 10 years. I have myself dialed in. Like, I know exactly how much I can or can't eat. I stop eating when I'm not hungry. It's easy. And it's not fair because guys that are like really struggling to either diet down lean or they're trying to gain weight. Like, what advice could I possibly give them? I could, to say something cliche like, well, you got to eat more. That being said, it is good to track what you're eating. And what I mean by track is like get a piece of paper and write down everything you eat for a week, 2 weeks preferably. You want to really get good data. I'm a very data-driven guy. I've got a spreadsheet that has all of my training programs going back to 2013, and I can literally bring it up and it correlates when I was hurt, when I was sick, when I was on the road, when I was working in the mine, you know what I mean? Like whatever life's condition threw at me, I have it on there so I can look at it and go, oh, okay. And I can see where I was gaining, where I was losing, and I can correlate. So very data driven. Write down everything you eat. Wake up in the middle of the night, hit a half a pint of Haagen-Dazs, write it down. Walking by, you walk by the kitchen to let the dogs out and you grab a handful of chips. That's 90 calories. Write it down. People are like, I don't eat that much. You'd be surprised. You'll be surprised when you start really writing down every single thing you cram in your mouth, how you get a really good picture of what you actually are or are not eating. Now, from there, we can then fine-tune your diet so that you don't have to make huge life changes that are hard to deal with, because why do diets fail? They fail because they're difficult. Nobody wants to do them. You're punishing yourself. But let's say you know everything. You got your diet down. You're looking at, like, oh, I drink like 4 or 5 sodas a day, or I put creamer in my coffee, or I have mayonnaise on my sandwiches. Can you separate mayonnaise from mustard? Can you get rid of the creamer in your coffee? Can you switch from diet to, regular to soda to diet? Can you make small changes that won't alter your life in a major way, that are easy to stick to, where you don't have to be, where you're not biting your hands, when you walk by the Winchell's Donuts and when you're getting gas, you know what I mean? Get your back blown out. More athletes could stand to be data driven. I'm starting to do this for myself. And eventually, my horse, since it takes both of us to compete in endurance. Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, just get a good picture of what it is. Even if you make no changes, you can at least see what it is. I repent to you from sins, from drinking alcohol, smoke, playing, gambling, and lying, and fornication. Good for you, Muslim. Being natty is overrated. I mainline creatine. I wouldn't consider creatine to be an anabolic substance. Yes, I do take creatine. So heavy but no flexibility. You talking about me or you? Any advice on back workout at home without equipment and no pull-up bar? Anything's a pull-up bar. You got a park near your house? Do you have a garage you could jump up and grab your trusses? You know what I mean? Like, can you get your hands around anything? But no, I mean, like, what do you have? Like, you could take like a 5-gallon bucket and fill it with dirt and row that. You know what I mean? You get water jugs and row those. Like, you find something heavy and row it. You can find something heavy and deadlift it. Oh, you could go buy a shitty old barbell and a couple of plates and you have a landmine. Bam, you could do all those movements. The only problem is big belly. Well, that could be a lot of things. For me, I get bloated. I eat the wrong food and I blow up like a puffer fish. So is it fat? Is it, do you have organ issues? Is it gas? Do you have Crohn's disease? You know, what's big belly, you know? Do you follow David Goggins? No, I find David Goggins to be insufferable. No, I'm not that, you know, dedicated to anything. Like, I like to live my life and have a little bit of fun. I don't feel like David Goggins has any fun. If he does, I mean, he's addicted to some weird shit. That being said, he's a bad motherfucker. How is Charlie prior to competition? I am fried, Nodak. My nerves are fried. My joints hurt. Everything is. I'm slow. I'm no cardio. I can't breathe. But my lifts are right on point, dude. I'm gonna nail those records. I have a really good chance to hit them. At least squat in total. I'll definitely get the total. I shouldn't say definitely. There's a good chance I'll get the total. There's a good chance I'll get the squat. For sure. I don't care about Navy SEAL or not. Can you imagine? Could you imagine having to train with somebody that wants to run a marathon every morning, screaming at you at 4 a.m? Get the fuck up, you lazy pussy. Like, no. You gotta stay hard. But I'm not even talking shit about him. Like, he's a badass. Like, dude, he's a killer. You don't need to do that. You don't have to punish yourself. Are you trying to be healthy or strong? Yes. You don't have to be unhealthy to be strong. Your comment suggests that you're sacrificing health for strength. Well, in a way, I'm obsessed about what I'm doing. I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'll be right back. All right. Let's do this. Whew. Whew. Oh, thanks, Juan. I appreciate you cursing me. You're gonna get cancer. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. I hope you die of a disease too. Well, what's wrong with coffee? Who's gonna carry the boats and logs, motherfucker? Not me. I could probably carry the log by myself. Let's put it around my back. What does that log weigh? Non-squatting bitches. The next John Cena, he's a big boy. I'll tell you what, he's a legitimate lifter too. Check it out, that's all I'm saying, my friend. Come on, you know nothing about me. Go fucking take your presumptuous, sanctimonious bullshit somewhere else. You're gonna die of cancer. Well, thanks. Appreciate it. How tall are you? I'm 5'9". Doing 100 push-ups every day, does that even work? No, so what I would do, Jason, is when I was doing just push-ups, I would log and I would shoot for a number like 1,000. And I would try to get to 1,000 doing sets in like a certain amount of time, like say 4 hours. You do 20, take a break, do 20, take a break. You do 40, 50, whatever. If you do 100 push-ups at a time, all the way up to for 10 sets, great. Whatever, however many sets it takes you to get to 1,000 push-ups. And then I'll do that for a week or two, and then it's 1,100, 1,200, 1,300. I got all the way, when I was working at the mine, we were doing 12-hour shifts, 4 days on, 4 days off. And I would sit in the control room, and all I had was push-ups, and I loved dumbbells. So I got up to 5,000 push-ups in a 12-hour shift. And I would just stare at the computer screen, drop and do 20. For 12 hours, I would just do sets of 20. And I was maintaining a pretty goddamn good physique just doing push-ups. That being said, we had bands too. I would hook a band up to like one of the handles, like on one of the lockers, and I'd pull on it. I had little 25 pound dumbbells. I would do like, whatever, curls. What's your opinion on Kratos? I love Kratos. Well, which version of him? Doing exercises by number or setting a timer, which is more efficient? Both. Do both. So when we're doing conditioning, that's an outstanding way. Is you can put like 135 pounds on the bench press, set a timer for 1 minute, and see how many times you can press that in a minute. And if you can't get it, you rack it or extend it and rest in the extended position and try to hit it one more time. The next time you set a timer, you try to beat it. So if you got 25 reps, let's say, in a minute, next time try to do 26 or 27. So the timed reps is a really, really good way to go. You could do them in blocks. You could do like a conditioning block, 4 to 6 weeks, then switch over to a volume block. That's kind of how we train. Yeah, give it a try. Try time sets. If you guys have never tried time sets, try it. It works good for cardio too. So you can just get a punching bag, put some gloves on, set a timer for a minute, and just jab for a minute. And you tell me after a minute if your arm's not ready to fall off and you're out of breath. You have to bring a little intensity though. You know what I mean? You got to kind of get after it. Ragnarok. I like the game, but I like the older Kratos, but Kratos better. Wouldn't focus on numbers too much. Training to failure. That's pretty much what we do. I'm nice. This is definitely type of sauce. Wow. Thanks. Aren't you profound? You should fight crime with your powers of deduction there, Juan. Maybe the government can hire you to find the missing children. Slow or fast workout? What's the difference? I usually, because I'm training usually pretty heavy, my workout is stupid simple. I do 3 warm-up sets. I do 3 working sets. One of those working sets is to failure. Done. If I'm going heavy, I wait at least 6 minutes in between sets. Hey, this guy's on steroids, everyone. Nah, I'm telling. Thanks, Juan. We see you, buddy. We see you. The kids see where the adults are talking, so you hang out with the kids, okay? Can you flex your muscles? I could, but I don't see any money. The Incredible Hulk. You don't like me when I'm angry. What's your PR on the flat bench? 425. Not me, Sire Eggs Benedict. Great name. Not me on my 24th hot chocolate watching this guy rambling about working out. Hell yeah. Have you tried any exercise challenges? No, I used to do those with the fitness community, but they're all a bunch of infantile egomaniacs and they fucking they're ruthless to each other. So I try to stay away from those. Like, I'm training to do my thing. I'm trying to break records. I'm trying to get in the USPA Hall of Fame. Like, I don't really care, like, who lifts more or who can do what. It's just, to me, it's like, yeah. I like to have fun, you know. Free weights or Smith machine? Free weights. That's like saying Trump or Kamala Harris. Like, the Smith machine being Kamala Harris. Like, the Smith machine has its purposes. It's great for physical therapy. So in that way, it's probably better than Kamala Harris. No, Smith machine's cool. If that's what you got to train with, that's what you got to train with. And there's nothing wrong with it. The problem with the Smith machine is it locks you into a single plane of motion. Now, knowing this, you can take advantage of it and you could add more weight than you normally would be able to do with free weights. And kind of do like overloads. The issue is if you can't marry the plane of motion up almost exactly, it's not going to carry over very well to your free weights. And it could breed bad habits in your mechanics. Like for example, when I first started training, when I first started working out, all I had was a Smith machine and I was doing squats on it. And I got to where I could put 6 fucking plates on that thing on each side. And I thought I was a squat monster. I was telling everybody, man, look, I can put 6 plates on this thing. I couldn't even do 315 pounds on the squat bar the first time I tried it. It wasn't even comparable. If anything, the Smith machine would be more akin to the leg press or the hack squat. And knowing how those pieces of equipment work, you could do a lot with a hack squat machine, for sure. I'm also a big fan of belt squats. I think those are awesome. Those really translate to the deadlift very well. I play basketball. I used to play ball. I was a shooting guard. Play basketball, so I train legs a lot to increase my stamina, running speed. Any advice? Here's what I'm going to tell you. Heavy barbell squats. Age 50. I can still, my old ass, at this weight, I can jump straight up and grab the rim. 10-foot rim, I can still do it. And that's because I do heavy as fucking hell squats. I squat 3 times my body weight. So if you start doing heavy barbell squats, it will increase your jump a lot. You ever heard of this guy called Anatoly? Oh, hell yeah, he's hilarious. He's actually an Olympic lifter in real life when he's not playing that character. And he's not as strong as that character is in real life, but he is a legitimate lifter for sure. You ever heard of, let's see, I once tried 3 plates, both sides on the bench press, almost crushed the shit out of me. Then I shifted to body weight only. Well, you got to work up to that. It's like, when you work out, do you work on 1 or 2 specific muscle groups at a time? No, I do 5 lifts. And I'll tell you what, in order of importance, I do squats, deadlift, bench press, overhead press, barbell rows. And then for accessories, I like weighted pull-ups, dips. I do a lot of cable work. I got a cable machine on my rack's over here. Yep. That's where the magic happens. I trained for IPL Worlds 2 times and Nationals 2 times with that piece of shit equipment. Naked handstands. Damn, you always give yourself a black eye. That's great. Well, when you work out, do you work like, oh, you already, I already read that one. Nice. I love that old piece of shit, rickety piece of shit. The reason I keep it is because it's got a really badass 2-to-1 mechanical advantage cable machine, and I could do rows or pull downs with it. And it's just, I mean, I know you can buy cable attachments for squat racks, but it's not the same because they don't have the pulley system that works against each other. And it saves space. You know, I can, if I have to, I can pull my truck in here and work on it. This is depending on what I'm doing, this garage is either a mill, it's an art studio, it's a music studio, it's a automotive center, it's a seated curls or standing, neither. Heavy rows, pull-ups, rows, all variations of rows, pendulum rows, dead rows. What do they call those? Where you reverse the grip, use the camber bar to extend the range of motion, overhead, behind the back, row. And then, of course, your number one movement should be the deadlift. Question, man, rye, pumpernickel, bread, good. I don't know if it's a good carb, but it's fucking delicious. So so dumbbells are awesome. If you have access to them, I just don't have any. What I love about dumbbells is you can increase the range of motion. Like, say you're doing bench press. So people are like, do I do incline or decline to get your chest big? I'm like, no, stretch. You want to get that muscle stretched out. So with dumbbells, you can really stretch and get yourself in a compromised position, and that's with any muscle group. So if I'm doing curls, what I really want to focus on more than standing or seating or whatever is stretching the muscle out. You want to get full length. Let me get that nice, you know. Dumbbells are great. So what I have as an alternative is a camber bar, and that's a barbell with a 4-inch bend in it. So that allows me to get better range of motion when I'm bench pressing or overhead press or even rows. I can get better range of motion. I do have the little mini bars that you can make dumbbells out of by putting plates on them, but the plates are so big that it shortens your range of motion, kind of. So they're not the best. I mean, but you know, you work with what you got. Preacher curls are good. If you have to choose only one thing, then it would be sex or gym. Well, assuming that I'm not being limited by anything, I would definitely go with sex, because what are we working out for? Right? At the end of the day, pretty much everything we do, if you're a fan of, not Sigmund Freud, but who is the guy that came after him? The one that Dr. Jordan Peterson talks about all the time. We pretty much do everything to attract a mate underneath it all. I don't know if that's necessarily true. Carl Jung, yeah. I don't think I paint Warhammer figurines to attract a mate. If anything, that's birth control. See you later. Hell yeah, Dinesh. All right. Hell yeah. I only read comments that are clever. Coop. Yeah, you need to work on that. That's kind of like not even funny enough to mention. What do I call that move? I have no idea. I call it shoulder thingies. Yeah, the nut pump. Yeah, that's what we'll go with. It works your upper back toys. Glide dips. That works. It's a good core exercise, but more importantly, I'm also trying to work mostly the shoulders through their rotation and then the range of motion. So, part of the rehab from bench pressing is that, well, I used to do the two movements separated. We do the parallel push-ups, and then you hold it on the other side and just kind of do dips like that. Well, why not do both? Because it works the entire shoulder through the range of motion. It's really good too, and it also hits your core pretty hard. Can it be like me naturally? If you want to know what I look like natural, go check out the first videos I posted. I think I was 45, not quite 46 yet. I was 100% natty. I was 220 pounds. Same weight as I am now. What do you think about people saying you don't need weights, all you need is body weight? Well, here's the thing. If you can take your muscles to failure, it doesn't matter. The problem is, with body weight exercises, you're going to start getting a lactic acid buildup, which causes pain, way before you get to muscle failure. So in order to get to failure using body weight, you have to be able to push through that pain, which is very mentally difficult for most people to do. So it's inefficient. What's the alternative? Add some weight. But yes, it can be done. You do a high enough volume, and you progress. So the principles of progressive overload still apply to body weight. You can get shredded and ripped. Absolutely. To me, it's just like, it's too much work. When I could just put, 400 pounds on a barbell and squat that shit for like 30 reps. What time is it? It is 9:53. Do you ever do cold plunge? No. So the thing about like strength gains, it's a lot better. See, some science has come out to suggest that ice baths are actually bad for top end strength gains. Saunas are good. Heat therapy is good. Try to stay away from ice. Ice kind of can promote scar tissue and downstream inflammation. Baking soda is actually good because it counteracts the lactic acid buildup. Yes, you're 100% right. Is that, who came up with the D-Bird? Yeah, that's 100% right. That's exactly why you would take that. Notice that since I got heavier for this powerlifting competition, my balance has gone a little bit. Oh, fuck. Come on. Ah, shit. I never had problems doing these. Creatine's awesome, James. What are you sad about, Alex? Everything hurts. Hurts here, 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 here. Oh, this feels okay. Here. Different person in 2020. Oh yeah, how long ago was that? Let's see, it's 24, 4 years ago. My voice was probably a little bit better, huh? But I have allergies too, though, so I don't normally sound this congested. You know what I mean? You can't, it's kind of hard to judge somebody when they can't breathe through their nose. And I've had my nose broke a couple of times since 2020, so. Oh, I forgot. So yeah, I dropped a barbell on my neck. I have a video, if you guys look at my shorts, about a year ago, I almost killed myself in the gym. I pinned myself by the neck with a barbell, and it changed my voice. I forgot about that. You like I got that Eber voice, that Coors Banquet beer. Do you even have a YouTube channel then? Yeah, it's about 4 years old. I want to say. Well, I was 45 when I started. Maybe I was 46. 47, 48. Yeah, that's about right. You look cool as hell. I look cool as hell. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, I was 46. That's how old I was. All the videos before I painted my weights, I was natural. And then when I spray painted my weights, that's kind of right around there is when I went on testosterone. So you look up to that. If the weights aren't painted, I'm not on anything. And I like to think I was still pretty strong. I had a 1,500 pound total, right around there. Now I'm like, dude, I'm like 200 pounds more now. Which is interesting because if you look at the percentages, you know how I said it's like 13 or 10 to 15% difference? If you do the math on my highest competition total is tested to now, it's about 14%. the difference in the total. It's a little slip bag I keep, like I was telling the guys, like when I walk by, I'll just try to slap it because it's right about head height. sweetheart?
What's your...
You came out to get ice cream, you liar.
No.
You say hi?
I was wondering if I could maybe join you in what you're doing right now.
Yes.
Okay.
That would be actually kind of cool.
So what are you doing?
I am going to kick his bag and do some training.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what kinds of trainings are you doing?
Muay Thai.
Oh, okay.
I'm definitely not doing painting Warhammer figures in each training. Although I'm going to be doing that this week.
Oh, nice. And we're going out with our stuff.
Didn't we get some ice cream today? Yes, we did. Your opponent looks small on you. Oh, she can whip my ass. Hey, do you want to spar?
Oh, yeah. Right now?
Can. Yeah, just get dressed.
This is not okay?
You're sparring jeans.
Okay.
I'm already out of breath. This is sad. Ooh, I'm feeling old and slow. Prayer lost. Keep your left hand up on the. Oh, much better. Yeah, thank you. Oh man, I'll tell you what, when I'm sparring, every time I drop my hand, a guy slaps me in the face. Pulled out 6. Pereira lost. Pereira really lost. Really? Man, I pulled out 6 bushes today. Dude, that's from... When I used to do landscaping, that's fucking work, bro. I got into commercial construction about 26 years ago. And now I'm management. I'm a pussy now. It's like, ever since I came along, the blue whale's vagina is the second biggest on the planet now. It's funny, I got to subject myself to this to keep up with when I was actually doing work in the field. So I was a union carpenter. I did landscaping, then I became a union carpenter, and then the housing market crashed. And then I became a union steel worker, and I did that for 13 years. And then I went to go work commercial construction, superintendent, and then safety. So now I'm the area safety manager for Southwest Steel, working with the iron workers. Those are my boys. How close of a fight was it? I would have never thought in a million years that Pereira was going to, he shouldn't have went to Australia. Did you go to school? Yeah, I was working on my engineering degree. I'm about 30 credits away from a chemical engineering degree. I went to study mostly chemistry, sociology, world history. Did a lot of studies of like communism, we studied theology, world history, United States history specifically. My wife, microbiology. She's UNLV. She's way more advanced than me. I was a heavy education in chemistry, where she's more like a organic chemistry, biology. No, I hate communism. I studied communism because I wanted to understand how it happens, and how an ideology that's so thoroughly wrong could fail across such a multitude of cultures. You couldn't say, well, they're culturally similar, and that's why communism worked. That wasn't real communism. Dude, it was tried in Russia, it was tried in China, it was tried in Cambodia, Cuba. The list goes on and on and on. It failed in every single one of those states. And now they're all willing to fight to the death to make sure they don't go back to that system. And here we are in America, like, oh, the U.S. sucks. We hate capitalism, where the rich become rich and the poor become poorer. We hate the billionaires because they provide jobs for everybody. And you don't think the rich get richer and the poor get poorer in communism? It's like, no, we're all equally poor. And guess what? You don't get to eat the food you produced, because we're all going to sell to China and you get to starve to death. And we'll shoot you if you eat the leftover grains of wheat that were left over in the field that the tiller didn't get. Yeah. You ever heard of G. Edward Griffin? Yeah, where did I hear that name? G. Edward Griffin. G. Edward. I don't want to get on my soapbox about that, though. Oh, yeah, The Creature of Jekyll Island. Yes. Filmmaker, conspiracy theorist. Yeah, you could definitely tell without reading this, I could tell that this was written by a left-winger. They like to throw conspiracy theory at anything that disagrees with them. What are we, like 0-35 on the conspiracy theories? George Orwell. See, George Orwell was a collectivist, though. He was a socialist. I don't think he was a communist per se, but even he was kind of preaching, leave Russia out. No, they do not get a pass. Stalin murdered way, way, way more people than Hitler did. I think the Gulag Archipelago by Alexander Solzhenitsyn should be required reading in grade school. But that being said, the United States is more socialist than a lot of socialist countries, and I'm not necessarily a conservative. I'm an independent. I actually do believe in, I think we should take care of people that can't take care of themselves, and there should be safety nets for people that are, we don't want people on the streets starving to death. But the main thing is like, you're not entitled to the product of my labor. That's the big thing. As the old libertarian adage is, your life is not my fault, and my life's none of your goddamn business. Name a car for an edit. I think you asked me. Oh, we'll say 2009 GT Mustang Anniversary Edition. We'll go with the Lee Iacocca edition of the 2009 Mustang. All right. My daughter wants to. I'm done. I want to finish. Tomorrow is my last training day for competition. I'm going to do heavy deadlifts. Heavy. There are some billionaires over in China that have their own militaries. Yeah. Look, it's the thing. It's like, people talk about, you guys ever heard of the Pareto distribution? And it's like the 80-20 rule. 20% of NBA players score 80% of the baskets. 20% of plumbers do 80% of the work. 20% of the people have 80% of the wealth. You can even say 90-10. The rich do get richer. But here's the thing. It's like these idiots on the left think that guys like Elon Musk sleep on a giant pile of $1 billion like Scrooge McDuck, and they've got it in a vault somewhere, and they're just laughing. They don't realize that all that money is tied up in businesses, and all those businesses produce things, contribute to the economy, and employ people. And all those billionaires, I think that there's room. What we really need is a balance between the left and the right, because the right, their systems of hierarchy are based on competence, and the left are based on power. Everything's a power play. That was the whole argument of the left, is that all hierarchies are based on power. Now, they should be based on meritocracy and competence, and the right wing will ensure that. That's what the rights do. But what tends to happen is they become authoritarian, and the people at the bottom become dispossessed. So you say, we go back to the plumbers, 80-20. 20% of the plumbers do 80% of the work, and it could be because they're the go-getters, the most talented, the hardest working. The guys at the bottom can be lazy, they can be stupid, they can be incompetent, but they tend to be left behind. So now you got a bunch of people at the bottom starving to death because they suck and they can't get work. Well, what the left does is they force the right to take care of those people at the bottom, so there's a tug of war, and it's a balance. And if one's doing their job and the other's doing theirs, we have meritocracy that also takes care of those that can't take care of themselves, as we should. If one side gets too much power, you've got authoritarian regimes on both sides, and one of them looks like communism, and the other one looks like, who's that guy that was chucking commies out of helicopters in Chile? America's become a corporate fascist. See, I don't think anybody understands what fascism is. They throw that word around, and I actually have the Encyclopedia Italiana written by Mussolini, where he defines what fascism is. And it is a merger of corporation and state, but fascism has become a meaningless pejorative that basically means anybody that disagrees with me. You know what I mean? So when I see fascist, the first thing I ask people to do is define what fascism is. Because I'm a free market capitalist, and I do believe that to some degree, survival of the fittest. If you are the best, if you do work the hardest, you should be entitled to the fruits of your labor. And there's nothing wrong with becoming a billionaire if you're willing to be that guy that sleeps on the factory floor and has no life, and his wife and kids hate him because he works 90 hours a week. Great. Be that guy. We need those guys. That's why we're number one in the world. don't hate on people because they're willing to put the work and the effort in, and they're, you know, they make these things happen. The issue is that the people that are at the bottom of the hierarchy have an entitlement where they think that they should be taken care of simply because they exist, and they don't have to bring anything to the table. That's why you want living wages for working at McDonald's? I mean, I could teach a monkey to do that job. It's like you should make yourself more valuable and at least aspire to bringing something to the table. The problem is somebody has to produce something, otherwise there are no entitlements for anybody. Right?
Sure.
Yes,
I had no
just say
idea
yes.
what we were talking. Yes.
How's your prep going on? Well, I got one more day, and then I'm done. Daddy Gen X, do you do coaching? Joey Biden. Not really. I mean, I try to be helpful when I can. You can hit me up on Instagram if you need help with anything. Ready?
Sure.
Chuck them gloves on, wuss.
Oh, so what are we doing right now?
I don't know. Did you want to spar or
I want to spar.
did you want to warm up at all?
No. I don't see any warming up for me.
What's up?
Because I'm the one that can take like 2 seconds and bounce across the whole entire earth mostly. And I
You
still...
don't at least want to stretch?
Sure. Why? I'm gonna kick you.
Little shadow boxing?
One glove. Where's my other glove? I mean, if there's one in here, then there should be another.
It's there's your headgear.
Yeah, I've seen it multiple times.
You gonna wear your headgear?
Yeah. Why are we spying stuff like this?
I don't know. Do you want to spar or not?
Yes.
Or should we put pads on?
Yeah, sure.
Do you need help?
Slightest. Never mind. I got it. Yes. I saw socks right here, right now. I shall go on an iPad. Continue my duties.
In the afterlife.
Bob.
Are you gonna finish painting those?
Kind of have to. Yeah.
When's your spring break start?
Next week. I mean, this week actually. On Thursday, it's the last day. It's half day. So I'm gonna get out at 12 o'clock on this Thursday.
This Thursday?
Yes, this Thursday is a half day. So next week is.
Holiday.
Wait, next week's spring break. That means I'm getting. That means next week I'm getting my braces.
That's right, yeah. And they're paid for already, too.
They are?
Uh-huh.
Oh, the Coke. Cool.
They are indeed paid for.
I want rainbow so I can match Chantel's.
Does she have rainbow braces?
Yeah. Oh, I did this wrong.
What do you need help with?
I put them on the wrong legs.
Does it matter?
Yeah, because this can stretch you. I guess it doesn't. Because I got the socks on. Okay. I guess for my own safety, but testing on. Prepared to meet your doom. Whose bike is that? Whose bike is that?
That's Aiden's.
Is that David's?
Yeah, I got him that today.
Oh, nice.
That way you can have a cool bike like you do.
Okay. I'm gonna totally steal it sometimes because my bike's got a top tire.
Yeah, I heard her lost. They got beef. Want to work out. How do I start? Go to a gym and do the starting strength 5x5.
Prepare to die.
Any affordable hotel you know about. When you coming to Vegas? There's really no affordable hotels. It depends on what's going on at whatever time you're planning on coming out. Oh, damn. Bobby Green got knocked out.
What just...
Show me what you got, kiddo.
Okay.
Want to do a couple Simon Says?
And...
Simon Says go, 1, 2, 3, and a click.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Speed it up.
1, 2, 3, kick. 1, 2, 3, kick.
There you go. Yeah, reset that. Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry.
You already set up, so check it out. 1, 2, 3. This is it here.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, bam.
Yep.
1, 2, 3,
Get comfortable with it, yeah.
2.
Keep that hand up. When you do your hook, keep your hand up.
Okay.
That's when you're dropping it. There you go. Bam.
1, 2, 3, bam.
Beauty.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, bam.
All right, we got a little more. Oh, okay. couple more times. Try to speed it up a little.
Okay.
Don't forget to breathe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright, now we're gonna do, we'll do lead. You do dab here. We'll do a lead, bam, and then we'll switch.
So,
Bam, 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 bam.
so we switch.
You got my lead, right?
Yeah.
So go lead, switch, bam, bam, bam.
Okay, that's way too much at once. Excuse me. So,
Lead, switch, lead, 1, 2, 1, kick. Yep.
So,
Lead,
switch,
lead,
1, 2, 1, kick.
lead, switch, kick,
Lead,
1, 2, 1, kick.
Okay.
When you do your lead kick low, and your switch kick high.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 1, kick. Yep. High.
Okay. So,
So,
1,
low,
switch.
high, 1, 2, 1, kick. There you go.
So,
Low, high, 1, 2, 1.
okay.
You got this. Bam,
Switch.
bam, 1, 2, 1,
1,
2, 1, bam. Yep. Bam, bam, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, kick.
Okay, yeah.
Bam, bam, 1, 2, 1, kick. Bam, bam, 1, 2, 1.
Sorry. So
Bam,
switch.
bam,
1,
2,
2.
1, kick. Yep. I love the way you lean into it. Yep. Retry.
Power call.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Want to spar?
Stop. Itch. Phrase.
Pop goes the world. Right. Oh. Oh, nice kick. All right.
Alright.
Ding. Oh. Oh, nice. Oh, nice one. Oh. Oh, nice. Nice. Think. Think. Oh, no, no one. Oh. Nice, kind of hurt. Think.
Or kickboxing, what was that?
That's Muay Thai, baby.
That was?
Yeah.
That was what she just
You can do that.
You can?
Yeah.
I thought you could just pick up people's legs.
No, you can, they haven't taught you that in class yet, but you can do it. So here. Grab me around the head.
Right there?
Okay, so now knee me right here.
Right
Okay,
here?
yep. Now we go this one.
Okay.
Step back, knee me, bam.
Okay.
So now I'm going to try to get in here, get around your head, and I can go like this. You're supposed to fight back.
Okay.
It's called the clinch. So give me around the head.
Okay.
Okay.
Knee.
Yep.
And knee.
And then I can kind of come in, bam, elbows, or I
Or.
can dump you. So if I got you around the head like this, think, now get your arm under mine. I'll try to wrap around my head. And pull my arm with this one. Pull it.
Like this?
Yeah. So like wrap around my elbow and pull. Yes. Now try to worm it around and get it under the back of my head. Worm it in. Inside. Inside.
Oh, inside?
Yep. Around the back of my head. Now knee me. Bam. Bam. If you want to step back and go bink. Bink.
Drink.
That's like when you grab it like this and go.
I see.
Yeah, that's why when they do the drills, they have you go.
Yeah, they have us like,
You point your feet back like
the way like,
that. Yeah. That's what you're trying to do. You're pulling my head. You're pulling my head. You got my head, right? Turn around the head. Now knee me. Bang. Now for sparring, bring your knee like this, sideways. Yeah, sideways. Because you don't want to hurt anybody. There you go. For practice.
Okay. Got it.
Bang.
Okay.
That hurt. Oh,
You sounded like you got hurt because you were
you
laughing.
did, you got me.
Okay.
Oh, you grabbed my arm.
Is that allowed?
That's great.
Like, not today. Kick.
There you go. Kick. 1, 2. 1-2 kick. 1-2 kick.
1-2 kick.
Okay, 1-2-3 kick. 1-2-3 kick. There you go.
Okay.
Bam. Oh!
You go.
Yeah, you got me on that one.
You can pause if you want.
Break time?
Okay, yeah. Wait, come here. They don't touch. That's how we always end the fights. Okay, good. Good boy. Oh, you wearing your mouthpiece? Did I help?
Can we ban Ryan? Wait, what did Ryan say?
What did Ryan do?
Ryan, sounds like Ryan's being an idiot. Yeah, you guys can ban him if you want.
Let me see Ryan.
I expect more out of my trolls, Ryan.
I think it's funny.
That's why I overlooked a lot, because of the way Thailand fighters do it. They go for the head. Teach them while they're young. Is that put somebody down quickly, not hurting somebody? Don't fight in the streets, guys. Well, it's a sport. We participate in a sport. We go to a gym and they have a ring and you got a coach and there's a winner and a loser. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. She's awesome.
Joe?
Do you want to keep going or are we done?
I mean, do you want to keep going?
Not really, but I'll go another round if you want me to.
Oh, no, it's fine. We can stop.
Do you want to go on more or do you want to keep or stop?
I can stop.
Okay. I'm training for competition, so I'm not as energetic as I normally am.
I've got a favor for you.
What do you got?
I think I'm gonna die if I enter my room again. There's a cockroach on the wall. I need help.
Bring a chicken in there.
It's on the wall! I can't reach up there.
Yeah. Oh, like a water bug?
It doesn't exactly look like a water bug. It looks like a cockroach.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, guys. I'm going to call it a night. Tomorrow is my last powerlifting training day before competition.
Oh, I forgot I had these on.
You guys will meet my good friend Tori. He's out from Massachusetts. He's all natural, and he's bigger than I am. He has to do squats. I have to do deadlifts. That means it's going to take forever. But it's going to be a good time. La cucaracha. We get a lot of, out here in Vegas, you get a lot of these water bugs. They're not really cockroaches. They're, but normally if you have cats and chickens, you don't really have an issue with that. Yeah, it's fun, man. It's really fun, when, especially when they get old enough to actually hit you back, like and actually defend themselves a little bit. Semper Fi, Steven. What is your weight? 220 pounds, give or take. I'm probably a couple pounds over right now, but I'm right in there. I can't believe Alex lost. Well, it'll be interesting to see how he bounces back. Maybe he'll take his training camp a little more seriously this time. He didn't get knocked out, right? And it's not like he's never lost a fight before. What programming system do you follow? It's really hard to say. So I do what's called periodization. So I have 3 blocks that I have a conditioning block, which is 4 to 6 weeks, and it's low weight, high rep, extremely intense, like 50% one rep max for sets of 50 to 100. Usually about 50. So what does that look like? That looks like squatting 315 for as many sets as it takes to get to 50 reps, and we'll do that for 4 to 6 weeks. Then I go into like what's called a hypertrophy block, which is where you gain your strength and your muscle. That'll look like 6 weeks of normal programming, like what you would typically see in a powerlifting program. 3 warm-up sets, 3 working sets to failure, undulating periodization, which means rotating rep ranges. And then we go into what's called a peaking phase, which is what I'm in now. And that's where the exercises get honed down to a handful, and mostly just the platform lift, squat, bench, deadlift, and maybe a couple of accessories. And now I'm doing what's called heavyweight acclimation, which is this is where I determine what my opening lifts are going to be. So yesterday I did, or the day before I did 600 pound squats for a set of 5, and with that I determined, okay, I could probably safely open up at like 610, 620, somewhere in there. I did bench. I worked up to 365. It was a little iffy. I might play it safe and open up with 360. Tomorrow's deadlift. I got to go up to 635, and I'm supposed to say for 4 reps. If I get 4 reps or more, maybe I can open up with a 630, 640 deadlift. So it's all tuning. How many calories eat in a day? I don't know, 3,500. You know what's funny, David, is like I've trained and competed at IPL Worlds twice and Nationals twice with just this shitty equipment. And you probably go to an expensive gym and can't even squat twice your body weight, can you? Hey, well, I'll take my jumbled mess. It's mine. All right, guys. I love y'all. Tomorrow's deadlifts. I'll see you on the battlefield. Prima donnas. Motherfucker can't. Oh, your garage is dirty. Well, you're a big vagina.